Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to talk about cout and cin and how we can use it. So this full form is cout is console output and cin is console input. Cin is used with extraction operator, which is symbol greater than, 2 greater than symbol, and cout is used with insertion operator, which is 2 less than symbol. So let's say we want to print a line introducing myself. Hi, my name is Barsh. So we want to print this line. So this black screen is actually the console, which is the output screen. So in the output screen you are getting the line that we want to print. Now let's say I want to print another line using another cout function, that is I live in Siliguri. So you can see the lines are getting printed but not in separate lines. But we want that the line should be get printed in 2 different lines. So what the compiler is doing here, compiler is not understanding or not getting that these 2 lines should be printed in separate lines. So to do that, we need to insert one more function, that is endl. Endl means end of line. Now the compiler will understand that this line will terminate here and it will print in next line. So you can see in the output, the line 1, my name is Barsha, ends here because of endl, and another line get printed in the next line. So let's say we don't want to use 2 cout. Instead of 2 cout, I want to use only 1 cout and print 2 lines. How we can do that? Simply with the help of insertion operator. So using one single cout, we can print multiple lines, but we have to give endl. Like here, I live in Siliguri. So the output will be same, but here we are using one single cout. So you can see like this. So if you want to print multiple lines, you have to use endl, otherwise it will print in single one line. Like this, if you want to add more lines, so because I have not used endl here, only I have used after this string, right? So this is first line, this is second line, but this is not the third line because we have not used here endl. So these 2 lines are getting printed together, right? So likewise we can do using single cout, we can print multiple lines. So you just have to use endl and then another line. So like this. Okay, so now if we want, what's the difference if we don't use these double quotes? Suppose you are not using this double quotes, so it's giving an error because double quotes means it is a string, a group of characters, right? It's not a number, it's not a decimal point, right? So we have to use double quotes if we are going to use any string. Let's say, suppose using cout you want to print any value like 34. So can you do that? Or it will give an error. So you can see here 34 is not getting printed because compiler don't know that what is 34, whether it's a variable or a number, because to print anything, any value, you have to store the value in a variable, inside a variable, right? Otherwise it will not recognize that what is 34. So to do that, we will initialize 34 into a variable int a equals to 34. Now we can do this print A, right? We can use cout and print the value of A, and it will come as 34. You can see here 34 at the very first. So if you will write in double quote A, let's use the enter. So what you will get? You will get A only, not the value. You can see A. So because double quotes is string, right? So you are not getting the value of A. If you want to get value of A, you have to use without double quotes. Then you will get the value, that is 34. Like this. And one more thing, that using cout, you can directly perform any addition, subtraction, multiplication, anything, like suppose 2 plus 3. We have not stored 2 and 3 in any variable, right? But it will print the value as 5. So you can see here 5. So any operation, any arithmetic operation, if you will use it with cout, it will give you the output, like 10 multiplied 3. It will give you 30. So to do any operation, arithmetic operation, you don't have to store the value in any variable. Okay. So let's say we are now, let's declare another variable. Maximum time you will do like this, right? But I suggest not to do like this. You have used here 2 lines to declare 2 variables. But instead of using 2 lines of same data type, you can do it in single line. Int A equals to 34 and B equals to 20, and then semicolon. So you have used only a comma to declare and initialize 2 values of same data type. But if you want to declare and initialize 2 different data types values, then you have to use in different lines like this. So this is fine because this is the int type, right? So we want to print the value of A and B. So what we will do? A. Again, if you will write AB, it will not work. You have to write A and use insertion operator and then B. Then it will work. So you can see 34, 20. So there are no space over here, right? To give any space, we have to use escape sequence. For escape sequence, I have prepared another video. You have to watch that, okay? So now if you want to print in another line, you can simply use endl. So there are more escape sequence that you can use for different functions. Now it will print in 2 different lines, 34 and 20. Okay. So now how we can use cin? Let's say we are going to declare 2 variables, but we are not going to give 34 and 20 value into it. Okay. We will ask the user to give values for A and B. To do that, we will write cin, sorry, not this one, A, and again extraction operator B. So one variable, one extraction operator, okay? Another variable, another extraction operator. So I have done this. Many people will do like this. Use 2 cin and will do same. So you can minimize your code by using 1 cin but 2 extraction operator like this. So this line will accept the values, will ask the values of A and B from the user. So let's see how. So first it is asking in the output you can see the cursor. So give value like 29, any value, and for B 34. So you can see it is not doing anything because you are not using these values to print anything, right? So how we can do that? We can do using cout. Cout A, cout B. So see the output now, what it is printing. So let's give the value 24 and 34. Now the compiler is not understanding. You can see here we have given values 24, 34. It is not understanding whether it's one value or two value, because A can be any integer, right? So to differentiate that, we have to do like this. So you can see if we have used enter in the keyboard, okay, so that time the compiler is understanding in the first line it is A and in the second line it is B. So it's very confusing, right? So sometimes you will not get output, even like it happened just now, like this. Cursor is blinking. Now you will give one value and you will give another value also, like this. So compiler is not understanding whether 4, 5, 6, 7 is one number A or another number. So better put enter and then give another variable value, that is anything. Now it is printing A and B. So use enter in the keyboard, okay? So to avoid confusion, we can use like this: cout, enter the value of A, okay? And then we can only do cin now for A and enter the value of B. Now cin B. So the code is clear, right? Enter the value of A, it will get printed. Then you have to give the value of A. Then another line will be printed. Then you have to give the value of B. Let's see the output. So it is printing the first cout, enter the value of A, and the cursor is blinking. That means the cin line here, line number 9, is getting executed. So you have to give value like 56. Then you press enter. Then line number 10 will get executed. Enter the value of B, right? So suppose 78. Okay. So now line number 11 will get printed. Get executed, because the cursor blinking is, it is asking any value from the user, okay? And then line number 12, which is to print the value of A as well as B, 56 and 78, like this, okay? So you can also add here in this cout A plus B, okay? You can directly do this. So 56, 78, now 134. So 134 is its sum, right? A plus B. So whatever value 56 and 78, every time you run this code, you can enter any value, right? Any another value. So this is the process how you can use cin and ask the value from the user. So to do the program to add two numbers using accepting the value from the user, you can do like this, or you can declare one more variable, that is sum, and you can store the addition like A plus B, okay? You have written in line number 12 that is sum equals to A plus B, and then you are printing sum. You can do like this also. So enter the value of A, let's say 12 and 60, and then you can see the output addition 72. So you can do like this also, or you can directly print the addition, okay, like this. So this is the ways how you can use cout and cin in various different ways, okay. So when the codes are very long, you can minimize the use of cout and cin, okay. And when you have to get clear with the confusions, because confusions occur when you are using not using the phrases that what value you are giving. Like here, suppose we want to print addition also and multiplication, the product also, okay. So let's say I have written a plus b, and then I have written a into b. You know that what you have written in this code, right? A plus b, a into b. But if the user had forgotten his code, okay, like value of a, he or she can understand that this is the value of a, b, then 78, suppose. And how you can identify that which one is sum and which one is multiplication? So it's better to give the phrases using cout, like this. Cout, the sum is, and then a plus b. Give one ender to separate the lines, okay, and then the multiplication is a multiplication b, like this, okay. So let's say enter the value of a, 67, 23, the sum is 90, the multiplication is 1541. So you can identify, the user can understand that okay, sum is 90 and multiplication is the next one. So the better process is to define what you are doing, okay, using cout. You can use here two cout, but we have used single cout so that the line can be short, or the codes can be shorter, okay. This much for today's class, and in next video you will learn about escape sequences.